Marriages that God says, I hate divorce, is a marriage that Him Himself He ordained. But there are so many marriages, we ourselves, we are the ones who put ourselves together. God was not involved. God hates divorce, but God doesn't hate divorcee. If God is the one who ordained that marriage, God is able to sustain it. God is able to stand it once again. So divorce is not the option. But also, don't kill yourself in that marriage where it is not working completely.
Hi there, how are you? Hope you had a great week. This is Couples Will Show, and this is where we write down our love while we are alive. As we have always said, we don't want our love story to be told when we are gone. Neither do we want our love story to be read when we are 6 feet under. And this can only be found on Wema Tv, the voice of hope. You know how we do it. Every Friday we gather here and we discuss matters concerning marriages. Na hata leo hatujachelewa. It is 9:45 East African time na tuko tayari kukua na nyinyi. And tonight we are asking a question. Why is divorce rates high in the whole world? Why are we having so high rates of divorce, even in the church? That is what we are talking about tonight. And I am hosting one, Lizzie Kamonde. She is a divorcee herself, and that's why she is the right person to come and talk about this issue of divorce. Hello.
Fine, thank you.
How are you?
I'm really so happy to be here.
You look amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
It's a great pleasure being here.
Yes.
It's you guys, you're doing amazing work in this place.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
We
yes,
appreciate
yes. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for honoring the invitation.
Thank you also.
We feel honored.
Thank you.
You can say hi to our viewers.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lizzie Kamonde. I'm really so excited to be here. And we are here again to talk about this issue about marriage. And we're here to talk about divorce because we understand the rates of divorce is so high inside the church and outside there. And we really need to dig deep to really understand what is really happening with this divorce rate. What are we supposed to do and what are we not supposed to do so that to prevent what is happening today in this world about divorce.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's start by asking, what is divorce?
To my understanding, divorce it's a termination, a legal termination of all dissociate of people, of two people who had come together and they feel they cannot be able to work together anymore. They feel they cannot be able to run together anymore. Divorce, it's not only in marriages, but divorce is also in other relationship. You can be my friend, and I feel at one point in my life like I don't need you anymore in my life.
Oh.
And we
I
feel
give
like
you a divorce.
Yes, and you feel like everybody should go on his ways. So divorce, it's two parties who feel like they cannot be able to continue. It's a termination of something that they had started and they feel like now they cannot be able to continue doing it anymore. Yes.
And now, is divorce the right way to get away with a problem?
Divorce is not the right for the way to get away with a problem because if you can really understand divorce, it's a really process that it's really so hurting. Anybody who have ever gone through divorce, if you ask those people, they will be able to tell you that my divorce, it was the most painful time of my life. Because everybody, when it comes to marriage, you enter into marriage so that it can be able to work. And nobody enter into marriage thinking that it will not work. But everybody enter a marriage with the intention and with the mindset of it's going to work. And at this point comes in your life and like it cannot work anymore. That is the most heartbreaking thing in someone's life. And majority of people, it takes the grace of God for somebody who have gone through a divorce to be able to come back. because it's like something that you've already gotten, and you're like, this is my baby, I'm nurturing my baby, and all of a sudden your thing have been taken away, and like now you don't have anything anymore, and it's the most painful thing for somebody can be able to go through. So it is not the rightful thing to do, because nobody intends to enter a marriage and leave marriage. But everybody who enter marriage, he want the marriage to work. So divorce just come in where it's like things, it's like it's like there is no way forward for it, and like it reaches a point and you're like, I don't think I can take this anymore. Yes.
Maybe at this juncture, maybe you can share with us your story if you don't mind.
Yes, I was once married, happily married, and as everybody will enter marriage with an excitement, I really want, you really like, you enter into that marriage. But I believe that one of the things that is really causing a lot of breakup and divorces is because people enter marriage without knowing really what intends in that marriage. Majority of the people enter to the marriage without really knowing what is inside the marriage, because you fall in love with somebody and you think like that is how life gonna be. But the moment you enter into the marriage after having one baby, that is the time now the reality hits on you and you're like, oh my God, I didn't know it's gonna be like this. Because, at that point you are lovey-lovey and, you feel like you are the top of the world.
Yes.
And nobody can be able to talk to you, because they always say, like, the only person that you cannot advise is someone who is in love. You can't advise that person because it feels like you are biased. It feels like, no, he doesn't. There is nothing you can tell someone who is in love, and that is the time.
I can see my producer nodding the head. He is planning to get married.
So at that particular time, that is the time now you enter into that marriage, and now the reality hits on you, because that is where now responsibility comes on your shoulders, and you really understand it's no longer a play thing. Now this is a serious thing. The immediately babies start coming in. That is where the reality hits on it. And I believe that for me, we got married when we were not really ready, knowing what we really want. It's that place you are like, all right, maybe I get this guy, or I get this woman, and my life gonna be better, whatever. And now you get inside and you find like the partner that you're with, he wasn't ready for marriage. Maybe probably for you, you really like, you're in that place and you're like, you really want marriage. But the person that you've gotten inside with is like, he's not there. So, and that is a place that no matter when you get married to someone who was not ready for marriage, no matter the issues that will come up in that marriage, if you want to solve the issue of the marriage, because sometimes you really work so hard to work it out, you really work it so hard to work it out, but if the partner that you got marriage in was not ready for marriage, at the end of the day you find that your effort is not making it's not making any fruits, because the person is like, he's adamant, he doesn't really care if it goes or whatever. And I believe that is the place that I was, that I guess we got married, the partner, he wasn't ready for marriage, and that is where we found ourselves. We are really there is a lot of issues that is happening in the marriage, and however I tried to, to try work it out. It was impossible. And I really reached a place and I was like, this thing is choking me. This thing is taking the whole of me. It's like I'm already gone, and now it's like there is no hope for it. And that is a place I was like, if I go down more than this, there is a place you go down and you're like, all right, I'm here. If I now go down another inch more than this, I am done. And I think that is the place I was. And I felt like if I continue holding on, thinking things gonna be better, and thinking maybe this guy will change, or thinking that there is a better tomorrow, I felt like every day I'm sinking down. And that is a place I felt like, I need to love myself more. I need to love myself more also. Yeah.
So you tried always and means.
I really tried. I really tried everything. I call everybody. I call the people that we are supposed we are supposed to talk to. I involve everybody, because the shame. You see, when you're in marriage, and now it reach a place now it's not working. The shame, you're like, how is the society, how gonna the society handle it? So and that is a particular place that you really try always and miss to salvage that marriage, because you don't want to face the society. You don't want everybody to look at you in these eyes of like, how is it going to be? And that is a place that some people, they are dying in it also, because they feel like, how will the society take me? How will everybody take me? Like, if I say this is what happened, how is it going to be for me? So, and we really tried everything, because I was in that place like, no, it cannot happen to me. But however I tried, I found like, for real, I'm the one who is so much interested in this whole thing, but the other party is not interested, and the other party is already moved on. You know, you are holding onto this glass, thinking that you're gonna hold it, but the other person is like, what are you holding? Please, can you pick up your life? I'm no longer there. I'm no longer interested. Pick up your life and move on. I've already moved on.
You have your life.
And for real, when you look at the reality, for real, there is no hope. And that is the place now it reach, and you're like, no, I think I need to put my life in order. You know, sometimes you call up your meeting yourself, and you're like, you need to be, sometimes you go to the mirror and you're like, you need to be serious with your life. What are you doing? You need to put your life in order, because this is not a death sentence thing. That, like, now from here, it's like you cannot live anymore. There is life after that. Yes.
Were you a pastor then?
I was a pastor, but I was just, I'm an upcoming pastor.
How did the society take this? This is a pastor getting divorced.
Yes, of course it was not easy. That is, it really, I really battled with it for quite a long time, because divorce is not the day that you go to the court, or you call people and you tell people we are no longer together. There's so many marriages, there's so many people, they are divorced, but they're in the same house. It's only that they have not come outside to tell people we are no longer together. But there are so many people who are divorced, but they are inside the marriage, but they are not together. And I think that is the place I was. We are no longer together. But because in that place, you are like, no, how will people say? Let me try to like, to sugarcoat it. Let everybody see it is okay with me. All is well with me. And it reached a place, and I was like, I think it reaches a place where God tells you like, there is still, I have a second chance for you. You don't need to die here. You don't need to finish up your life here. There is still, because the reality is, God hates divorce, but God doesn't hate divorcee. He doesn't hate divorcee.
That's powerful.
Yes. And one of the things we also need to understand, that there are so many marriages that God did not ordain. The marriages that God says I hate divorce is a marriage that himself he ordained. But there are so many marriages we ourselves, we are the ones who put ourselves together. God was not involved. We are the people that we felt like, all right, we did not even ask the mind of God, and we felt like we can just whatever together. We did not involve God in the first place. And now things they are turning now sent down in that marriage, and that is the time now you start involving God, and like God is like, I'm not even aware you're married, because in the first place you didn't even involve me. So I don't even know what you're talking about.
As you talk about that, I know there is a big number of couples watching us, and when they came together, they did not involve God. Maybe they didn't even know God. They were not going to church, but today they are together. What are you saying to them?
They are together. It's true. Let me tell you, we also need to understand, like, when there is a purpose upon your life, when there is a purpose, when God has a purpose for your life, there are things in our lives that we need to be very careful when we are making decisions about. When there is a mandate upon your life, when there is an assignment of God upon your life, there are things that we need to be very, very careful when we are making decisions about. Because me as a pastor, I really need to be very careful who to marry. I can't just go and marry whoever I want to marry, because I need to marry somebody that can be able to complement me in the area that God have called me. Somebody who will be able to help me to fulfill the assignment that God have given unto me. So you can't just go and marry whoever that you want to marry. And that is what that is the place that you find like there's so many people who had purposes in their lives, but because they had not discovered, but later on they come and discover when they're already married and all those things. And you find like there is a lot of issues in that marriage because like, I did not know you as a pastor. How comes now you dare come and start telling me you're going to preach outside there? How come you start telling me you're going to start up a church? I did not know the version of you at that particular time. But this is not who I knew. I knew a wife that is supposed to stay in the house and bring up the kid. So you find like even the assignments upon people's life, they are also being cut off because we did not really understand the will of God. We did not really understand the purpose of God upon our life. And now we end up not fulfilling, we end up not manifesting the fullness of us of who we are supposed to be because we are limited in one way or another. Yes.
Wow. So what is causing the divorce rates to rise around the world?
One of the things that is causing divorce rate to rise around the world, mostly it's most of the people got married when they were not ready for marriage. People got married when they are not really ready for marriage. And you find like now the same way that I was saying, like you find like now you've already gotten into it and the reality hits on you. The responsibility is higher than the way you thought it is. And you're like, I cannot be able to take it anymore. So the first thing is immaturity. You find like people, they are immature when they are getting inside of it. The other thing is there is a lot of unfaithfulness. People, they are so unfaithful to each other. And also the other thing is about finances, because sometimes you find like money, people say money is the root of all evil, but money is not really the root of all evil because money helps in one way or another. So you find like also it's also affected by finances issues. You find like someone, maybe a man doesn't have a job and the woman cannot take it anymore, and you feel like I can't take it anymore, and you feel like also there's a men, they don't want responsibility. They are running away from responsibility, and he feels like I wasn't ready for this. So you find like the moment now reality hits and he's like, no, I don't think I can take this anymore, and he feel like I should just quit. Yes.
A survey was conducted by University of California, and this survey said that maybe I can look at it. That survey said that education and women in the workforce has played a big role to the rise of the divorce rates. Do you agree?
Yes, I can agree. I can agree because today career women, majority of the career women and majority of educations and all those things, they also play really a very big role because today majority of career women, they don't really have time for their family. These women and these men, they have time in the office. They are so busy with their work. They are married with their computer. They are married with their workplace. So this person is always, by the way, he doesn't really have, because marriage is work. Marriage is work. And if at all you are not putting a lot into that marriage, you feel like you cannot be able to survive that marriage because there is a lot to be able to be invested in it for it to be able to work. So you find like majority of the people, they don't really have the time for it. They are so busy with their career. They are so busy to pursuing whatever they are pursuing. So you find like one in their life, you find like one area is rising up in their life, but the other one is going down. So their career is going so down, but when you look at their family is being teared apart because they are not investing so much in their family. You find like even some of the career women, they don't really have time for their kids. Their kids, they are being brought up by the house managers. And you find like you don't even know the characters of your kids. You don't really know how your child is because you don't spend time with your child. You're so busy. On Saturdays you hang out with your friends. On Sunday maybe you go to church, and after that maybe you have your own, you're going chamas and all these things. So you find like there is very low investment into marriages, so it's really causing a lot of divorces. I can really agree on that.
Now, saying that education and women being in leadership is making the divorce rate to rise, what should we do? Should we stop educating the girl child? Or?
No. We should not stop it. But we should balance. We should have a balance. We should really know that that office, that all the time, it's true they are paying you well, but let me tell you, your family is your first priority.
Yes.
There is nothing that you can place in the place of your family. Your family comes first.
Yes.
Because even if today you are sacked from your place of work, the only people that you're gonna run to, it is your family.
Yeah,
so
true.
if you don't invest in your family, you invest so much on the career, you invest so much on the place that you're working, at the end of the day you find like you are losing. So it's good to balance the two sides, to understand that I really need this job, but I also, my family comes as a first priority. Let us put our family as first priority. Let us invest in our marriages. Let us not wait until the things that they are chaos in the marriages, and you're like, you cannot be able to salvage that marriage. It have gone to the it have gone so far, and you're like, I cannot be able to salvage that marriage. Let us work on it before it hits the rock, and you're like, I wish I knew I could have worked for it earlier.
How should we set this balance?
Of
now the career woman and the family, how should we have this balance, that this career woman would not spend all her time in the office, but she also have time for the family?
That is why I'm saying it's a priority. You need to know that your family is a priority. And when your family is a priority, despite you are working, but you should, that is a place that you need to really like put yourself down, and like, this weekend, no matter what comes, I'm going to spend with my family. This time, I need to spend it with my husband. We need to go out with my husband. You need to balance. You need to put things. It's not convenient. It might not be convenient, but it's not about the convenience. It's about determination. It's about, this is what I need to do. Because the same way you normally put in your place of work and say, this is what I'm going to work on today, whatever. That is the same way you should put it down for your family. Like this one, nothing is going to beat up this one. I say next weekend I'm spending it with my family. So even if whoever calls me, even if office calls me, this is my time with my family. I'm gonna spend it with my family. Yes.
I want to know whether toxic expectations can cause a couple to get divorced. But hold it right there. We are coming back. Yes, if you have just joined us, my good friend, the studio is on fire. We are talking about why is there a very high rate rise of divorce around the world. What do you think? Do you think that there are some things that are not working properly, and which are some of these things that are not working well that are making the divorce rates to rise? Yes, leave a comment there, let us know. And this is Couples Will Show. This is where we write down our love while we are alive. I'm telling you, huku ni kumoto hadi maneno inapotea. Yes, we don't want our love story to be read when we are 6 feet under. And this is Wema TV, the voice of hope. I am hosting a pastor. Her name is Lizzie Kamonde, and she is a divorcee. Yes, so she is the right person to tackle this topic. Pastor.
Yes.
Can toxic expectations cause a couple to face divorce?
Yes, of course, it does. It does. Because I always say one of the things that everybody that you want to enter into marriage, one of the things that some people enter marriages with a lot of expectation. You have a list of your expectation of what you want to be done to you, whatever, and you find like immediately you enter into that marriage, the expectation that you had, it's no longer there. The things that however you expected to be treated, however you expected, it's not there, and you find like because you entered with a lot of expectation, and your expectation, they are not being met, and you feel like, no, I can't take it anymore. You feel like I cannot. And that is why I always say that if you're entering into marriage, don't enter with any expectation. Don't
enter with zero expectations.
Enter with zero expectation. Start building those expectations when you are inside that that place. Start building that man. Start building that woman. To the woman, start building him to the woman or the man that you want him to become. But if you enter with a lot of expectation, your expectation will be cut off. You'll be so disappointed. And you find like it's really also, it's really affecting so much because you know, there is so much in your mind, and there is so much you have heard, there is so much you have seen in the TV, you have watched all all these movies, whatever, and that is how you want your husband to treat you, that is how you want your wife to behave, and you come and you're like, oh my God, he's zero into it. So if you cannot be able to build him or you build her to become the person that you want you to become, you find like you'll really, really be so disappointed. So being in a toxic, the toxic expectation and toxic mindset, like this is how I want it to be, it's really, really affecting so many people. So enter into it with a zero expectation and start building the expectation when you are inside there. Start building them there. But if you're entering with the expectation, you cannot stay.
Maybe some of, especially women, they will enter with expectations and they will start quoting scriptures. My expectation shall not be cut off.
Yes, it will not be cut off, of course. It will not be cut off, But the reality is, you know, this table, it wasn't like this the way. It wasn't like this. This was a tree. But they have been able to work on it. And today is a stool that we are able to put, it's able to be worked on it. That is the same marriage. You take a raw thing and you come with it and you start working on it. Start working on it on the way you want it to be. But don't come and expect, I want the table like this, exactly. I don't want a tree. I don't want them to start telling me I need to cut here, I need to shape here, I need to do this. No, I want a complete thing. That is how people, I want a complete thing. So I don't want where you're telling me I don't know where. And that is, by the way, that one is affecting a lot of girls. They say, no, I need a man that is driving a rough, you know, a V8. I need a man that is, please. And you're like, you yourself, are
from
you driving?
Where?
You yourself, are you driving?
Come on.
If you want that kind of a person, then be of that class of that person. Because whatever you want, you need to attract your kind. You need to be of that level. If that is the kind of a person you need, all right, be in that level. You're going to attract that kind of a person. But people today, they don't want to hustle. They don't want to hustle. They want the one akokule. But majority of them, hao akokule, wamefanyiwa kazi. Wakona wenye waliwafanyia kazi.
Pastor, you are messing up with someone's faith.
No. I'm not messing up with someone's faith. I'm not messing up. Let me tell you,
they are saying, I'm trusting God to get this man driving V8.
Let me tell you, Kinyash, it's better to get a person that you're gonna grow together.
Yes.
Get a person that you're gonna grow together. I'm not saying that go to that onde kule ushago utafute jamaa kuja Nairobi uanze kubrush and whatever, but get somebody that you can get someone who has
able to grow together.
Don't go for a man who has a TV, but get a man who has a vision. And even if he doesn't have that TV, but the vision will be able to buy that TV as you give that person time. The vision that he has. Marry someone who has a vision. Marry someone who can be able to go far. Because if you marry such a person, he will be able to put you in that position. But okay, don't marry somebody that doesn't have a vision. You know, sometimes you get a man and it's like he doesn't have a vision. You're the one who is giving all the visions and you don't even know where you are heading to. It's like you're also lost.
Yes.
But get somebody who has a vision. And even if he doesn't, hata kama ana kakitu kwa mfuko, at least you're very sure this person, if I give this person time.
Pastor, Hebu finyiria hapo.
Yes.
Because there are some ladies out there.
Yes.
Wanatafuta ni nini iko kwa mfuko.
Yes.
So they see a young man
Yeah.
who is faithful in church
Yes.
and has a vision.
Can you imagine?
Talk
Yes,
to young ladies.
because they need to understand. They need to understand. He might not have it right now because the reality is life has a process. Life has a process, and life has. But it's a process of time. Don't be like, don't give up on this person because he's not giving you what he needs to give you. Give that person time and give him a chance in your life and try to build with the person because within a very short time you'll be shocked. The same person and the same person that so many people have been like, no, I can't get married to that person. As after some, I've seen that kind of a thing where you hear a woman, this guy came or a man came to, and he's like, no, I cannot get married to such a person like you. But someone else saw the vision of this person and is like, no, this person is going somewhere. We can build something with this person. And you find like after some years, the person that said no, he look at that and they're like, oh my God, why did I lose?
I
wish I knew. So look at the vision. Don't look at what is the pocket of the person, but look at the vision. Is this person compatible with you? If this person has the same vision with you, is this person, are you people going somewhere? If you find is someone who is compatible with you, if you find is someone that you can be able to go far together, I mean, grab the person, let you guys build up together, and with God together it is possible, and you'll be shocked because when God hand be upon that marriage, you'll be shocked how after some time you'll be like, oh my God, this is where we started and this is where we are today.
Actually, Pastor, I'm thinking as you're talking about that,
Yeah.
maybe this is one of the reasons why we are having so many divorces,
Yeah.
because you came into this marriage
Yeah.
with the wrong reason.
Yeah.
So you saw this man is driving V8,
Yeah.
so you got married
Exactly.
because of the V8.
Yes.
Then the businesses imeenda chini,
I'm telling you.
the V8 imechukuliwa na bank, and so what is left is, I can't live with this man any longer. You see? And so we need, that is very key. It is very important. Why are you getting married to this person?
And that is why I always say that. I always advise people, and sometimes when you want to get married, you need to ask yourself, why am I getting married? Why do I really want to get married? Because some people get married so that you can have babies. You get married. We get married with the wrong perspective. You got married because this guy was driving a good car. You got married because this woman had a very nice shape of the body. You got married because of the beauty of the woman. You got married because the guy had a six-pack. You got married with the wrong reason. And now after the marriage, this woman gets some babies and the shape is no longer there. What will keep you in that marriage? What will keep you in that marriage? You get married to this guy, he had V8 and all those things. And after a very short while, the things, they're no longer there. Because it is money what married you.
Yes.
In that marriage. You cannot keep it anymore because money is no longer there. And that is what had holded you in that marriage. And you're like, no, I can't take it anymore. And that is, by the way, it's really causing a lot of divorces with the wrong perspective. Why do you really want to get married? You want to get married? What are your reasons of getting married? What do you really want in that marriage? Because when you understand that, at least you are able to give out the best. And you are really able to have the right mindset. I'm entering into this marriage for better and for worse. Either it works or it doesn't work. I am entering because I have made up a decision. I am in the rightful mindset, like this is what I want for my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are there stages of divorces?
Yes, there are stages about divorces, and there are stages about divorces because I've said that so many people, there are so many people who are in the same house, but they're divorced. They are no longer together. It's only that they have not declared outside there, but they are no longer together. So there are stages of marriage, of divorces. There is an emotional stage. There is a physical stage. There is a legal stage, and there is spiritual stage. Emotional stage is where you guys, you're no longer together. You know, you're no longer
There's no attachment.
There is no attachment. The moment you feel like this person is just like have you not had people, they say that they're in the same house but they have not slept together for a whole year, for 2 years they don't sleep together, everybody sleep on his own, they don't even talk, they are on their own, and that is an emotional stage where you people, you're already detached emotionally, you're no longer together emotionally, you're already detached. It's only that you guys, you're still in the house, but emotionally you're no longer together. Physical stage is where like you guys, you're just on your own. Everybody is on his own. You're doing things on your own. You are doing things, actually you do things like you're not married, you're no longer married, but you're still in the same house. But for real, even the way you do things, even the way even if unaenda kununua ploti, unanunua ploti but kipeke yako, utaki hata ajue uko na hiyo ploti, utaki mtu mwingine aandiko kwa hiyo ploti. And the other thing is legal is where now legally where you go and pronounce it out there, like we are no longer married, we are no longer, it's a legal thing. You've gone to the court and all those things. You go to the church and all those things. And the other thing is a spiritual perspective. It's a spiritual stage, because marriage is spiritual. Marriage is spiritual. The moment people come together is a spiritual thing. And that is why the Bible says that when they come together, they become one. When these people come together, they become one. So marriage is spiritual. So the moment you have already declared this is your wife, leave alone, you have declared, the moment you start sleeping with that person, you guys, you've already become one. It's already spiritual. You guys, you've already yoked together. So the moment now that spiritual detachment now comes in, where now it's like you guys, spiritually you are no longer together. Spiritually it can really tell you are no longer together. Yes.
Talking about spiritual things, what does the word of God say about divorce?
In the book of Malachi 2:16, the Bible says God hates divorce. For real, God really hates divorce. And he hates anybody that put himself in a place where a man puts himself in a place where he's not treating the wife in the rightful way, or he's not treating the woman in the rightful way. And it's God hates divorce, and that is why I say that God hates divorce, but God doesn't hate divorcee. And that is why I was saying that we also need to define which divorce that does God hate, so that we will not entangle ourselves with marriages that God did not start, and now we are in a place we are killing ourselves. Because I've seen a place where people, they are dying also inside there, and they are like, oh my God, no, if I go, I'm going to die, God is going to kill me. No, God is not going to kill you because you have divorced. He was not going to kill you. God doesn't hate
you are here.
Yes, God will not kill you because you have divorced. God is a God of second chance. And God sometimes understand our stupidity. God understand our mistakes in life. So it doesn't mean like because you made that mistake and now you are there, you feel like now it's not working and now I don't know what to do. It's like now it's not the end of the world. He's a God of second chances, and he gives his people the second chances. Yes.
According to the word of God, when you get divorced, should one remarry?
I always say that one, it depends between you and God. In the issue of remarried, it's also in the biblical perspective. It depends with it depends with the relationship that you have with God. The relationship that you have with God, it will be able. I cannot tell you that because you have divorce, go and remarry. I cannot tell you like that. But that is a decision that it is you and God. Because God is the one who knows the institution of that marriage. The marriage that you are inside, God is the one who knew the institution of that marriage. Was it a godly marriage? Was it the one who ordained these people together? And now you are like, it's not working, whereas God wants you to pray for that marriage to work. God is able to heal that marriage to work. But you are not patient enough. You gave up so easily and you left the marriage and you are like, I'm out. So in the perspective of divorcing and remarrying, that is a personal decision, and it's not just a personal decision. That is something that it is between you and God, because God is the one who knows the marriage that you are in, because you are the only one that talks to him. He's the only one who speaks to you, so you know how he talks to you in your inner chambers. You know what he's telling you, and you know the marriage that you are inside was God in it, that the enemy is the one who fought that marriage, or is it the marriage that was not fully ordained of God, and now it's like it cannot be rebuilt anymore. It's a gone case. So that is between a person and God.
You know, many people will argue that Paul was writing and saying that once you get divorced, you should not remarry, not unless your spouse is dead. And this has been a very hot topic in these times. So maybe people are looking at what Paul was saying.
Yes, and that is why I said, in this issue, it's a very sensitive issue that you need God himself. God is the author of marriages. So if you enter into that marriage and you really know very well this is a marriage from God, and you know very well now the marriage is not working, but the enemy is also at work, that is the place now you understand this is a spiritual battle. This is not a spiritual this is not a physical thing. This is a spiritual thing. So let me deal with it spiritually. But if it is not a spiritual thing, but it is a physical thing, that you are the one who took yourself in that place, and God was not in it. I don't think that you are bound your lifetime, that now that's the end of your life, that there is no hope for you. So it's this one, it all determines with the relationship that you have with God. What is God speaking to you about that issue?
Wow.
Yes.
Is there a solution to stopping the divorce rates?
Of course, there's a solution, because there is nothing that doesn't have a solution. There is a solution. Because the moment people really discover and they really know that you see, let me tell you, one of the things that I've known is that divorces, it's not caused by a very big thing. Divorce is caused a very small thing. Quarrels in the house, they are not caused by small things. Kinyash, me, I don't like glass being put here. I hate it. Every time you come and put the glass there, that house will not have peace. But me, I'm fond of putting the glass there. And now I know very well that is what causes our issues now and then. And let me tell you, that issue, you will cause people divorcing because of it. It's a very small thing. It doesn't make any sense. But you will find like it's a tolerated thing, and now it's like it's becoming an obvious. The other person is like, I cannot take it anymore. So it's also it's a place of perseverance. Persevere to each other, because you are building. Nobody is perfect. Like, let's build each other. It's true, I don't like it here, and me, I'm fond of putting the glass here. But can you give me time that I can be able also to learn that you don't like it being put here? So stop yelling on me all the time, and stop, behaving like the whole world is, it have crumbled. It have come to an end because I put the glass here. But let us walk in a place of we can be able to solve our issues, because it's small issues that causes issues of marriage of divorces. So let us come together, let us talk, let us see what is the issue, because the thing that every time, like you are hitting this wall every time you're coming, you are hitting that wall, you're hitting the wall every day. At the end of the day, as you continue hitting the wall, you'll find like wall, because you have been hitting the wall, you'll find like wall have already crumbled, the other side, it have already fallen down, because it's a day thing that you're doing it like that. But if you find like this is the issue that is causing the issue in our marriage, this is the issue that is causing us to have issues, why don't I work on that issue? Why don't I work on it, so that at least we'll not have all this misunderstanding? So divorces, it's something that can be prevented if people, they are willing. It have to be a two-party thing. Are we willing to work on this marriage? Am I in for this marriage? Because it takes two. It doesn't take one, but it takes two people. Are you willing for us to work in this marriage? Then if you're in this marriage, then let us write down what are the issues that is causing us to have issues in this marriage. And let us lay them down. Let us work on them to see the solution out of it.
So we need to understand each other.
We need to understand each
and
other.
especially our personalities.
Yes.
There are those people who are called sanguines.
Yeah.
They will leave everything everywhere. So you wake up in the morning,
Yes.
amekunywa chai kwa bed, ayache hapo kikombe.
Ameacha socks moja iko hapa, ingine iko kule.
Yes.
You know, all those kind of things.
So we need to understand
We need to
each other
understand
and
each
each
other.
other's personality.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yourself, you are a divorcee. Do you believe marriages work?
I said here, nobody enter marriage with the intention of divorcing. So everybody who enter marriage want it to work. So for being a divorcee, being that I separated, that was then my intention. No? Nobody entered marriage knowing very well that it's going to break down. But you enter and you find like it's the vice versa of what you expected. And that is the place that is a place where you are like, okay, it can't work anymore. So I believe so much in marriages because marriage is a very sweet thing. It's a very good thing. And divorce is a very painful thing. It's only that you cannot, it's reached a place and you cannot salvage it anymore. But it's not the best thing for somebody, for anybody to go through. So if it is possible for one to work on his marriage to work, that's the best decision. That's the best thing. If it is possible, don't walk out. If it is possible for you to work it out until it works. Divorce is not the option. Divorce is a point where you reach and you're like, it's like you cannot, it's getting out of hand. But that is not the intention of God. But the intention of God is for us to work it out and for us to be together. Yes.
I want you to speak to that couple.
Yeah.
Maybe they are there.
Yeah.
They have had the 4 stages of divorce.
Yeah.
And maybe they are, after doing or examining themselves, they feel like, wa, ni kama tuko hapo.
Yeah.
Speak to them.
That is why I've said that marriage, divorce is not the option for marriage for a couple. Separation is not the best thing because the moment you divorce, at that particular time, it doesn't really hit on you, but it hits on you later on, and you understand, okay, this is another journey altogether. And that is why, no matter how bad it is, I believe that God is able to make it work. If you can be able to involve God, maybe probably you have been doing it with your own strength. Maybe you have been really trying to work it out with what you really think you know. But I think it reached a place where you really need to involve God. And you also need to tell God, teach me how to make this marriage work. Teach me how to do it so that it can be the way I want it to be. So sometimes we reach a place and you're like, I don't think it's working anymore. But sometimes we need to involve God. So if you're in those stages and you feel like it's like you are losing it, involve God. If you have not involved God, involve God and allow God to work it out, because I know there is hope for it. There is hope for it. Divorce is not the option. Divorcing is not the option, but work it out. If it is workable, just work it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We are honored
Amen.
having you here.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
And an eye-opener. And I know maybe there are couples who are watching us and they have been feeling like, Karike, we need to divorce. But after listening to you, you who have already gone through divorce, maybe they have changed their mind. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kindly give us your closing remarks.
My closing remarks is the same ones that I've said, that divorce is not the option. Divorcing is not the option, but working it out is the option. If you're in that verge and you feel like you're losing it, if you're in that verge and you feel like it's really getting out of hand, involve God. And if God is the one who ordained that marriage, God is able to sustain it. God is able to stand it once again. So divorce is not the option. But also, don't kill yourself in that marriage where it is not working completely and you feel like you're really drowning and like you're losing it completely, and you feel like the society is going to judge me. So you're being beaten, everything, it's like you don't have a life, because there are some people, you hear that the things that they're being done, but they're in a place where they're like, no, I cannot live. How is it going to be? It is not a death sentence. There is a God of second chance. So do not kill yourself there. But if it is workable, kindly work it out. Divorce is not the option.
Wow, thank you. And that marks to the end of our tonight show. This is Couples Will Show, and this is where we write down our love will while we are alive. For we don't want our love story to be read when we are 6 feet under. What is your take home? Maybe you're counting at those stages and you're saying, I'm in the third stage. There is no emotional connection here. There's hope for you. There's hope for you. And I know as you come together, you have a dialogue, you communicate, and have an effective communication, it is going to work out. As she has said, divorce is not the solution. It is well. For now, it is a good night. God bless you. God bless your marriage. See you next week on Friday at 9:45 p.m. My name is Willie Kinyash, the undisputed Baraka.